You're listening to Breaking Tables, episode 11. Yep, we're Contenders. This is Brian.
And this is Mark.
Ready, guys? Get some.
Yeah, boy.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Breaking Tables. This is Brian.
And this is Mark.
Man, Mark, what a fucking game. Bills, 44. Seahawks, nothing.
The water pigeons. 34. The water pigeons.
They had at least 34
This
points.
is what we've been waiting for.
17 of those points were in garbage points. So therefore, that is nothing.
In true Bill style, we want the scoreboard to look like it was close when in reality we were destroying them.
Of course. We were destroying them and they're like, all right, guys, for the fans, let's catch up a little bit.
We still want to be the underdog. So.
Yeah.
So.
There it is. Right now, we sit pretty, Mark. Number one, AFC, Mafia. You got to feel good about this. Yeah, I know, fucking Dolphins 1-2, but there's still 2 solid games below us. I don't see them winning or doing anything to compete with us.
They are in playoff position right now, and we've been calling that all year that the Dolphins are a playoff team. They are not contenders, but they are working on something special over there.
Well, regardless, we're going to get into the Bills, Seahawks game. We're going to talk a little bit about NFL games that we talked about and watched this weekend. Little recap action. And
what we liked.
Arizona Cardinals, 405 Sunday.
Ooh, the Angry Birds.
Angry fucking bird. We demolished the water pigeons. Now it's on to
the Angry Birds.
Angry Birds.
All right.
Fun little fact, Mark. We are undefeated on Sundays. Bills own Sundays.
That's fine, because if we're going to be undefeated on Sundays, we'll probably make it pretty far in the playoffs. And
Pretty sure the Super Bowl is on a Sunday.
That's perfect. So, yeah, first
Unless
quarter.
somebody gets COVID and they're like, all right, Super Bowl's on a Tuesday.
Oh,
then we'd be fucked.
Yeah, then we're fucked. All right, so first play of the game, the return from Andre Roberts.
Let's just start off. Before we get into Andrew Roberts' energy, what he brought to start this whole game off. All I got to say is MVP talk, Josh Allen never fucking left.
He just kicked that door back open.
Never left. He was like, oh yeah, here's a screen door in your face. Josh Allen's like, fuck your screen door. Boom. And I'm back.
Yeah, it didn't even click shut. It was always open still.
Andre Roberts catches that fucking catches that return.
Yeah.
Right off the bat, out of the end zone. He's probably 8-9 yards deep. And he runs it all the way back to the 45, Seattle.
He said, fuck it, let's send it.
Fuck it. Let's start this game off with a bang.
And
he's pointing at Josh Allen the whole time going, I want to have your babies, Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think he actually said that, but.
I do.
Yeah. Awkward.
So Josh Allen was on fire.
That fire is like what you learn in the Boy Scouts. What Josh Allen did was like borderline level 10
arson.
Arson fucking pyromania, level 37, 1 million XP.
Yeah, on with an emotional game because of the passing of his grandmother, which Bills Mafia, you guys raised.
You guys are awesome.
$300,000 already we've seen.
Yeah, I donated 17. You donated at least a little something.
You got to give him a little something.
Yeah, it's awesome.
For Josh Allen?
Bro. I saw on Twitter, he's like, Josh Allen will single-handedly be the cure for cancer. Josh, a lot of responsibilities, kiddo. But you are the future potential cure for cancer.
Let's go, baby. I'm with it.
As soon as he wins the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'm with that. Who's not with that?
So Josh Allen kicks ass, 82% completion, 415 yards. Mark, let me say it again. Not 100, not 200. Wait, not 300. 415 yards. 3 touchdowns, passing, 1 rushing. Booyah.
Ties his career high. He didn't want to surpass it. He's just going to stick around at that 415 mark. It's his bread and butter right there, I guess.
That's Josh, baby. That's Josh.
You got to love it. You got to love the rushing touchdown. He's not running around like a crazy man until he gets into the red zone and he'll punch it in. He's not taking unnecessary risks and getting hit for a 5-yard gain on 3rd down so they could punt it. He's rushing it for a touchdown when it's worth it. He's not going for the yardage. He's going for the finish.
Well, that game was definitely one-sided. The rushing attack, non-existent. Yeah. But was it part of Dable's plan where, like, Josh, win us this fucking game.
Yeah, I mean, the worst passing defense in the league. What did they run the ball? Like 6-7 times? Like,
not a lot.
Yeah, and then some of them were Josh running it, and they passed the ball like 36 times.
Zach Moss started to get it going.
Yeah,
he started getting angry. That was good. Singletary was good, but he was doing all the catching.
Singletary
he was playing a check down.
But he's coming a little bit less and less in the game plan.
3 for 33. He's still averaging 11 yards for a check down. Bro,
gotta love it.
In the NFL, you're checking down 11 yards. Brady checks down 3 yards. Another, give me a quarterback. Quick quarterback. Aaron Rodgers, 5 yards. Okay.
Yeah.
Josh Allen checks down 11 yards.
Got it. Yeah. That's what you're looking
dangerous.
For. He's actually leading the league in completions in pass pressure. When he's getting pressured, he's the best in the league right now.
Yeah, I saw that stat where I think
Mahomes is up there
number 2, and then Kyler Murray was number 3
right.
or
That's
something.
Not bad company to be in.
Yeah, it's all right.
Huge growth from last year. He's staying in the pocket. He's poised and he's delivering it on time, on a rope, a frozen rope. So.
Stephon Diggs stepped it up too. 9 for 100
all year,
yards,
man. All
he's
year.
Leading the NFL right now
in receptions and yards. Yeah, not the AFC.
Say it again. I didn't hear you. One more time.
Receptions
for our listeners, for the Vikings fans who are listening to our podcast.
Crying right now. He's leading the league in receptions and receiving yards in the NFL.
Love it.
Everything's going the way we want it to go. Our defense is starting to come into form. Our offensive play calling is doing what it needs to do. We're catering to each game. When we don't need Josh to win the game, we don't ask him to win the game.
I've got a lot of stuff to say about that defense. One thing that I thought was fascinating was, Mark, here's a fucking crazy stat. Each one of our guys that Josh Allen threw it to, the minimum was 11.1, I think. No, 11.
Close enough.
Singletary, 3 for 33. That was his lowest passing average yards. The rest of the guys, here we go. Isaiah McKenzie, 1 for 25. Touchdown, 25 yards average. Third and Cole, 3 for 39. 13 yards average. Gabriel Davis, 4 for 70. That's 17 and a half. And he should have had 2 touchdowns, not that one.
Did you call him Third and Cole?
Third and Cole.
I like that.
We're going Third and Cole because this kid is open.
He's money.
Third down. Look, there's numbers out there where the third downs are going to Cole Beasley.
Third and Cole.
That's
a new thing. I love it.
John Brown, 8 for 99 yards. That's 12.4 average. And Stephon Diggs, our boy, 13
That's
and
good
1
production for 8 receptions.
Even though these guys are statistically the worst defense in the NFL, but that's what separates good teams from bad teams, is the good teams are going to not only just take advantage, but they're going to show them why we are good teams.
So you see other teams have played the Seahawks, and they were already the last in the league in passing when they played us. They are still obviously there, but just because they're last in the league in passing, you don't see every team playing them having Josh Allen numbers, so fuck off.
Love it. That whole thing of let Russ cook.
Yeah. Remember what we said?
What's he cooking? That Russell Wilson went to the fucking bodega down the street, bought a little cup of soup, ramen noodles. Mm-hmm. That's what he's cooking.
He's cooking nothing. That's some like college meal.
Yeah. Like, jailhouse fucking.
Yeah.
I can make my ramen noodles out of a fucking bag of Doritos, Cheetos.
Crush them up.
In a toilet paper.
Put a little sriracha in there.
Put it in the toilet. Lift it up. If you got to get piss or shit, that's where we're making it. That's what Russell cooked.
Whereas Josh is cooking filet mignon and lobster.
Oh, Gordon Ramsay is fucking looking up to him going,
how did you do that?
Can you show me the recipe, please?
Show me your ways.
Teach me how to Dougie. Teach me how to Dougie.
He's rating his Josh Allen, when he's doing his little rating videos, when he's rating people's cooking, he looked at Josh Allen playing football and he was like, wow, I have no negative things to say about this. I'm going to hang up my chef hat, hang up my spatula, and just call it a day.
I am fired.
Yeah.
You said.
Exactly. So,
defense did good. They did what they needed to do. Yes. All right.
Coming into form.
Yeah. Okay. So on paper, at the end of the game, it was 44-34. But let me get one thing straight, Mafia. We only they started off the third quarter. All right. Hold on. Before we get into that, 14-0 first quarter. We're up 14-0. Second quarter, Mark, we're up 24-10. Okay? Third quarter, we see Seattle with a little bit of life. And I know y'all looked at you. You looked at me. You're like, man, That's our Buffalo Bills defense. Their third quarter defense.
Third quarter, they disappear,
Fuck
man.
me. Here we go.
Every time.
They finished that quarter with 3 points.
And that was our bad
3.
quarter.
So that's 13. So 34 minus 13, that is 21 points.
In the third, starting the fourth.
Yeah.
So that if you look at that, if you watch the game,
17 points, garbage points.
If you watch the game, you know what happened. And I know every one of you guys watched the game. How about AJ Klein?
Wow. I kind of feel bad.
We were mean to him.
Yeah, a little mean.
We were mean.
I mean, I wouldn't.
But that's why we were mean.
I wouldn't be mean to his face because he'll probably kick my ass.
Yeah, but we were mean because this is what we expected and this is what we wanted out of him. We picked him up and we were all like, all right, yeah.
Great leadership skills.
Perfect.
But you can't tackle, you can't defend. What the fuck are you good for besides being a locker room goddamn mascot?
Well, you came out there and with a chip on his shoulder against one of the best quarterbacks in the league and sacked him twice, took the ball away all in one motion, and it was beautiful. It was what we wanted from AJ Klein, and we can get him off the hot seat.
Remember when he stole that ball from Russell?
Yeah,
it was like,
all
it's like
one motion.
stealing a candy, which, we call football.
From a kid.
But from a baby, which we call Russell Wilson. So he basically stole candy from a little bitch named Russell Wilson.
Good job, AJ.
AJ, congrats.
That was very noble of you.
Very noble, sir. So here's how good our defense did. We let Russ cook his fucking cheap ramen noodles, but Tremaine Edmonds with a sack. Mario Addison with a sack.
Another sack.
Jerry Hughes, Buffalo, huge sack.
Another one.
And our boy AJ, he started off with a couple of missed tackles, like, oh, fuck, that's AJ Klein for you. And then he prevailed.
Yeah, he prevailed. So
I would give him a game ball.
Yeah.
I wouldn't start
you
inviting
get
him
a
to
game
MVP
ball.
talk.
You get a game ball. You get a game ball.
Yeah, Josh Allen's grandmother died, but AJ Klein.
Oh, if anybody deserves that game ball, man.
You get a game ball.
So, DK Metcalf, fourth quarter. Garbage yards.
Yeah, but I'm still worried about our defense. When did that 108 yards come from? I think it was being consistent all day. I think Trey White.
It was like one drive that he got most of those yards.
And I think he got hurt afterwards too. Trey White.
Yeah, it was like DK's going to get his, and Russ is always going to get his. On the stat sheet.
Well, even Moore had 71 yards.
Yeah, so I mean, it's all fourth quarter garbage points, and you know what? That's fine. When you're looking in from the outside, Buffalo barely beat Seattle.
Listen, if I'm going up, okay, if I'm going up 40-some points to fucking, what they have, 21 or some shit like that?
Yeah, 21, 23.
I'm all day. I'm okay with them fucking taking the lead and letting these guys come out with garbage points afterwards.
You play some relaxed defense and come out with the win. That's it.
You put in your second string at that point.
You're going to start hitting, trying to get hurt, and playing like you're losing? No, you do what you got to do. You get out of there with a victory. Clean and simple. And that's what we did.
And, it's really good because I think we said this since day one of our podcast started was, week 8, 9,
last year,
10. No, this was the beginning of this year is when we're really going to see the separation of really good players, really good football players, and really not good football players, teams. And look where we're at right now. We're week 9.
People are emerging.
And we're starting to see this little separation. And all we got to do is get through the Cardinals on Sunday and get through this bye and let everybody get healthy.
This is what brings me to a point, reminded me of a point. Last year, all new offense. Our offense wasn't clicking. It started clicking towards the end of the year with the continuity. This year, we lost a lot of big key players, and we expected our defense to come back out the way they were last year. But you know what?
We assumed it. We assumed it.
And we were wrong. Yeah. And now some of these guys, Mario Addison has been pretty decent all year. AJ Klein starting to get involved.
Jordan Phillips, though.
Norman, we got a lot of new guys here. They're starting to get used to it with the continuity and knowing where each other are going to be on the field. And I'm liking what I'm seeing, and I'm excited to see it play out and unfold in front of our eyes.
It's going to take some time. I think when Josh's first year started, we got our ass handed to us by the Chargers and the Ravens consecutively, like by a lot of points. And our defense ended up finishing top 4 the rest of the year. Yeah. So it's going to take some time. We didn't have preseason, so...
Look, we got ourselves in a position right now, even with the learning curve, we are in first place in the driving seat of our division, in the AFC as well, and we did that while trying to get used to each other.
We're driving a limousine. we're in the driver's seat of a limousine, and I think the one
Champagne.
closest next to us are the Dolphins, who are in the trunk.
Yeah, they're in the trunk. Squish the fish. But
fuck them in the pussy. One thing that really bothered me, though, is the officiating. Again, the officiating. I mean, you've got Josh Allen.
Superstar Josh Allen getting horse-collared like he is somebody's redheaded stepchild. Like he's Nathan Peterman or something.
Like he's Nathan Peterman. Like, who is this guy? Fuck him. Whoops. Down you go.
You could hurt him.
Yeah.
You almost hurt him.
No flag. But you can flag, I think, Tremaine Edmonds.
Oh, he touched?
Middle. He's diving. He still has the ball in his hands.
And he breathed on him.
Like he's mid-throw. He's in the air, so he can't I better stop in mid-air from stopping him.
Like some kind of Jedi.
He's touching him before that ball's even gone. Flag.
That's it. You know what?
Referees.
That's what you get for being a big quarterback.
Referees, if you're still listening, fuck you.
And turn it off. This isn't made for you.
It isn't. Go back to school.
Yeah, it's not working out. I'm breaking up.
Did you go to fucking Helen Keller's
school for the blind, deaf, and disoriented?
Love you, Helen Keller.
Hey, it's been long enough. We can joke around about that. It's been long enough. So, Tyler Bass.
Not ass. 3 for 4. I missed that first one. I was like, all right. Then he was 3 for 3 after that.
Modest day for a kicker. Love it. I would love to see you have a perfect day, but hey, we're working on it.
I'd rather miss it now than we get into the playoffs
or the Super Bowl. Missing a kick. Trigger alert.
Get it out of your system now, Bass, because you will not be forgiven when the game is on the fucking line. Remember this.
If you're listening, which we know you are. How about Bajorquez? Last year we were
Jingling,
money baby.
Jingling. He's boating that shit.
Cannon
He's
foot.
averaging like 50-some yards average.
He's like tops in the league in average.
Yeah, I think he's leading the league in average, not average.
And I think he had the longest punt of the year. That 73-yarder off of it was like Elon Musk had designed his foot and screwed together all the engineering and blast off into orbit. It's all about the creativity.
Yeah.
Love it.
At the end of the fucking day, we manhandled
one of the
Seahawks
teams. The water pigeons.
If I'm NFC, guess what I'm doing right now? I'm shitting my pants if I'm going to play the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, as of right now, we're playing...
NFC doesn't know what to do when they play AFC.
And as of right now, if the season ended, we're playing the Raiders. And...
Oh, yeah. No, I've got a little scenario. If season ended right now, got a little fucking cool scenario.
You know how you guys like our scenarios.
Which, we still have a lot of games to go.
But it's fun.
It's fun as fuck. At the end of the day, we won. Fuck the Seahawks, a.k.a. the Water Pigeons. MVP...
Josh Allen
never left the conversation, but there are still that's why I love watching these shows. They're all like, well, Russell Wilson's defense let him down. No, Josh Allen single-handedly beat your fucking team to a fucking pulp.
And
Josh Allen.
And I just want to let a little horn tooting right now. A little horn toot. Me and you called this shit. You said Josh Allen's going to win the game single-handedly on his shoulders. Yeah. Do that dance, Brian. And I said,
not unusual to be loved by you.
Well, I love you. And I said that if we were able to stuff the run, which we did, and forced Russell Wilson to throw the ball, which making a one-dimensional offense, that we were going to shut his ass down. 4 turnovers against one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and we won exactly how we said we were going to win.
He didn't play like an
Just
MVP
a little
candidate.
toot.
He did not play like an MVP candidate. That's why I get so upset. Is like everybody forgets about Josh Allen. Here's Josh Allen doing these MVP numbers, and all they can talk about is how the team failed Russell Wilson.
But you know what it's all about is this ride to success that we're enjoying on the way up. Because how boring would it be if everybody was on our freaking nuts right now? Like I like to be the underdog.
Thank you.
And this ride to the top that we're experiencing.
We sound so much better right now in your ear holes being the underdog.
And we're not going to forget the feeling that we have right now, experiencing this for the first time in our lives. watching Bills football, except for Brian, you were around for a little bit of the golden years, but I don't know shit about that.
Yeah, I do a grasshopper. I get it. Yeah,
I know shit about that, and this is one of the best feelings as a Buffalo Bills football fan is watching this team progress and the people we believe in finally doing what they gotta do,
and you're seeing
put some respect on that name, bro.
Year after year, we're getting better and better, and at a certain point, that's what I mean. We need to start. They got to start putting that fucking respect on our name.
And in the future, because once you start doing that, it's going to get a little boring. So give us a little bit more time. Let's get that Super Bowl.
Yeah,
and then we'll have the target on our back.
All right, fine. Super Bowl once, then it's game on.
Then on our nuts.
Shit ton of games this week, too. Besides our game, fucking Bills kicking ass, there were some good games. Let's just start off with Tom Brady getting his ass kicked, wishing he was back in New Orleans.
In the AFC. He's like, oh, I miss...
Can I be part of the AFC again?
I miss playing the Dolphins and the Jets.
They allow cheating.
And we would win at least 4 or 5 games a year.
Wrong. Saints, 38. Buccaneers,
3.
Where are they going?
Nowhere. That's really all. He looked abysmal. He was lost out there. He was backing up in the sacks. He was getting hit from everywhere. He was just...
That's the first game I saw Gronk, like, in the fucking bleachers, just with his head down going, fuck my life. I left Vince McMahon for this shit.
Yeah, I've seen that. He gave up the 24/7 and WWE Championship belt to come back to this. I've seen that look on Brady's face before. It's nice to see that every once in a while, but let's not forget he's going to come back fucking fire.
At the end of the day, it was NFC. We like the Saints. Being a Bills fan, I like rooting for the Saints, and I love rooting against Tom Brady.
But how about Antonio Brown? It only took him 1 game to break the Bucs. I mean, he doesn't have a good track record going right now from the Raiders to the Patriots.
Is that Brown or
Brown, Antonio? 1 game it took him to break the Bucs.
Not even 1 game.
Yeah, like he got like 4 passes, and look, now the whole locker room's fucked. Good job, Antonio.
Great job, Antonio. Keep it up. You're an inspiration to the community.
Stay away from the Bills. That's all I gotta say, buddy.
Moving on to the Steelers, because we're going to be playing them in a few weeks.
That was a nice game.
That was weird, because
I like to see that.
They were down. They were down
a lot.
Like 15 points in the 4th. And they end up coming back, and I think the Cowboys picked some guy off the street. Hey, can you throw me the ball? Jerry Jones is like, hey, throw me the ball. Up. When can you start?
Fun fact about that quarterback, though. He went to the same high school as Baker Mayfield and was the starting quarterback. Baker Mayfield basically idolized this guy growing up. He was back up for on the Browns last year for a little bit, maybe 3rd string or something like that. And now he got a chance to play, and I mean, he kind of showed out a bit. He gave a little spark to the Cowboys. They almost beat an undefeated team. A little bit of an underdog story I like to see.
It would have been good for us. Whenever NFC and AFC play, being a Bills fan, if the Bills aren't playing them, let's go for NFC.
Yeah, every time. So that was pretty cool. It's always nice to see. And if it wasn't for the new quarterback over there in Dallas, they
would have bet him. They would have beat him.
Yeah, but we wouldn't be talking about this game. So
yeah. Moving on to the Raiders and Chargers, and the only reason why I want to bring this game up is because we'll be playing the Chargers in a couple weeks, 3 weeks actually. So it's Arizona, bye week, and the Chargers. Raiders beat them 31-26, but that's another
1-score game.
1-score game.
Unbelievable.
Can we Google right now how many times the Chargers have lost the past, let's say 2 years by a 1-score game? A lot of fucking points. A lot. The boy Herbert fucking had another 300+ yard game. He's throwing balls everywhere, man. Pandemonium. Balls everywhere.
I mean, it's crazy because they're not winning games, but they're playing good teams very closely.
Hubert, what the fuck is his name? Who gives a fuck what his name is?
Yeah, he's putting a little spark in that team, a little pep in their step. I'd be pretty happy seeing that first year. But so the Chargers have lost 11 of 13 1-score games since the opening overtime victory over the Colts last September.
Holy fuck.
That's almost a whole season's worth.
That's like that's 2 players away from being undefeated.
They've always been there. Even with Phillip Rivers. It's the same thing. Going back even more years, it's the consistent same number. They're in the same level as the Falcons. They just don't lose as like spectacularly. They keep it close.
Well, we're going to be playing these guys in a little bit. Let's keep an eye on that game. We beat the Raiders, therefore that means we should beat the Chargers. Chiefs, that's another team that they were down against the Panthers. They ended up coming back and beating them, the Panthers, 33-31.
That was a really good game.
Hell, at the end of the fourth, they were alternating touchdowns at the end of the game.
Yeah, it's I mean, I'm not a fan of either team, so if I'm not a fan of either team, I like to see fucking
football.
Yeah.
I want to see some sports, bro.
Back and forth.
Sports. Then you get your other shitty teams. Titans won again against the Bears. Ravens beat the Colts. Whatever. But the game I really want to get into are the Dolphins versus the Cardinals because, well, we play Dolphins one more time at the end of the year, which is probably going to be a complete garbage fucking match for us.
Hopefully it doesn't matter.
Hopefully. But they beat the Cardinals 34-31.
Which is looking good for us. I like that. And Cardinals are not a bad team. Like,
they've got a solid defense. They've got a top rushing offense.
DeAndre Hopkins.
And Kyler Murray's playing fucking good football.
Kenyon Drake. Edmonds.
He's not making mistakes. He is playing
Christian Kirk.
What Kyler Murray should be fucking playing as a what was he? Number one
overall, baby.
He's doing what he has to do.
That was an unexpected game. I thought the Cardinals would have the Dolphins, but that's just backing up furthermore how much we think the Dolphins
Flores is a good
contenders in the playoffs. They can make it to the playoffs.
Yeah, well, let's get it one game at a time. They play the Rams next week.
At the beginning of the year, everybody looked at the Dolphins on their schedule. They were like, win. Now you got to like look at it and you're like, fuck. Maybe not a win right away.
Maybe I can win the coin toss.
Yeah, like maybe it'll be a little closer. Like we got to prep for this one a lot more because
Tua is not doing a lot.
But he looks a lot more comfortable.
He was 20 for 28. Yeah, it's good for 71%.
It's only his third game.
248 yards, 2 touchdowns. You know who he reminds me of, Mark?
Josh Allen?
No, Tyrod Taylor. Shut the fuck up, Josh Allen.
I mean, 250.
No, that's
Tyrod Taylor numbers?
That is Tyrod Taylor numbers.
How many passes?
He was
20 for 28. Tyrod Taylor passed the ball like 17 times.
Okay, so he didn't get the low aptitude of Tyrod Taylor, but look at this hot streak. That's what he's playing conservative. He's not taking shots, no interceptions. He's elusive.
Third game though after a pretty bad injury, and he's just starting to get a little more comfortable. If Tua time comes, man, it's going to be really competitive in the AFC East. I love it.
Well, let's just hope it doesn't come down to
when it comes to our
game of last year where it's like, fuck, we got to start all our starters.
Yeah, when it comes to week 17, I'm hoping that it's already solidified where we're all at in the playoffs. Dolphins will be number 7.
Well, the Leslie Frazier has some video to work to see what these teams did to beat the Cardinals. So the Dolphins, the Lions,
the Seahawks were really close. It was a really close game.
They lost to the Panthers, didn't they? Yeah. So Lions, Panthers, and the Dolphins. All right. So there's 3 games.
Plenty of tape.
That's plenty of tape to see
how to stop Murray or contain him.
How to contain him. But they've got good solid Hopkins.
Yeah. Kenyon Drake, Edmonds, Christian Kirk.
He had 123 yards against the Dolphins.
He's a young star, rising star especially with Hopkins on the team. He's not getting guarded like he used to.
And their offensive line can block. The Dolphins, who have a good defense, they only had 1 sack on them the entire time. So we need to get on 5'8" Kyler Murray like it's our job.
It is.
No, guys, if you're listening to this,
it is your job.
It's literally your fucking job.
You get paid a lot of money for this. I want to pay.
No fucking takebacks, or else my money back.
Yeah.
All right, fun little thing, Mark. Even though we're not even close to being close to the end of the year, we still have 7 games left. But if the playoffs started now, today, after all this happened, Buffalo Bills sit pretty at number 3. I mean, Steelers obviously because they're undefeated. They'd be number 1. Number 2 are the Chiefs, who are 8-1. Bills 7-2.
Mafia.
Number 4, the Titans, who sit at 6-2, actually tied with the Ravens, who are also 6-2. But for the sake of conversation, let's just say number 4 are the Titans, number 5 are the Ravens.
They're the division together.
Number 6, Raiders still get in that conversation with 5-3, and the Dolphins are in there too.
Who called that one?
5-3.
And
the other guys, fuck that.
In the hunt, blah, blah, blah.
Browns, Colts, all right. They're
Bengals,
cool.
Broncos.
Bengals, they technically shouldn't even be part of our conversation.
Patriots
but they haven't mathematically been eliminated yet.
Patriots are still in there, too. Just
so
the scenario.
The new 2020, I don't know if the listeners are aware or not, but the new 2020 scenario, both conferences, AFC and NFC, they no longer get 6 teams, they get 7 teams that are going to play.
And first place gets a bye.
So, yeah, all that means is the only team that's getting a bye is the number 1 team.
Right.
So right now, it's as the Steelers, number 1 team, 8-0, they would get a bye. Number 2, the Chiefs.
They would play...
They play the Dolphins, number 7. We would play the Raiders, and the Titans play the Baltimore Ravens.
I like that.
Just going into it. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. And we would play the winner of the Chiefs and the Dolphins.
Right. So we're looking at probably the Chiefs in that situation.
We can beat them again. We can beat them again. Let's get on our roll. Let's get our defense going. Defense that showed up on Sunday. Let's get the same defense the rest of the year after this bye coming up, after all these guys get healthy.
We'll be all right. Like it.
So, fun little fact, we still have 7 more games to go. It's just fun to speculate to see where we're at, because when's the last time you can honestly talk about a playoff scenario and we don't have to worry about it?
And we're leading the division. How about this fun fact as well, is that they're talking, the league have come to a agreement, possibly if key games get canceled towards the end of the year when there's no time to make up the games for playoff pictures, that they've agreed to having 16 playoff teams total. So they're expanding it. If key games are not able to be played, that way that they're not going to be able to make them up at the end. If it's a playoff scenario type of game.
Oh, is it? The only stipulation is they have to be playoff contentious.
Yeah, it has to be a key game where if you
It can't be the Jets be like, all right, listen, this is between me and the
Bills.
No, it's who else is fucking like Washington Redskins for a fucking first round pick.
No, this is only for the
playoff. If you're playoff,
if it's like a win and you're in kind of game, and they can't play it, they're not gonna just let it be like whoever's in the lead right there gets it, and they don't have time to make it up.
Good, I like that.
They should just let all 32 teams in and let freaking March Madness.
Battle Royale.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool, but
get some.
It'd be cooler if we also were in such a good position.
Oopsie.
Get over here.
Get over here. We play the Cardinals. 4 o'clock, Mark.
4 o'clock.
But it's still Sunday, and the Bills are undefeated on Sundays.
Yeah, true.
But at the end of the day, we still play them, and they are a beatable team. They haven't played.
This is a big game for them.
Solid team. I mean, yeah, who they beat? Seahawks, I guess?
Yeah, that was.
But they have a high-powered offense, and the defense.
They lost to us, though. So, the Seahawks lost to us, that is. This is a big game for the Cardinals. This is one where they're saying, we got to come in there and beat the Bills, and we're going to look like studs. We're going to be contenders. Just like how we were talking about beating the Seahawks and shutting some people up. I'm sure that's the
same exact mentality as what we were thinking.
But we have to reverse that psychology on them and just...
So, got to keep that momentum going. The defense got to continue doing what they're doing. And Josh Allen has to continue to do what he's got to do. Your boy, Buda Baker, you think he can stop him? Yes, Buda is his first name, Mark. You think he can stop Josh? No. Listen, they have a good defense. I think they're ranked 18th against our number 4 passing offense. We'll see a lot more pressure than we saw with Seattle, but I think that it's going to convert a little bit better this time around. Mike 1, Mike 1, Mike 1.
Mike 2. Mike 1 as well, actually, but...
Mike, who the fuck is Mike?
Mike 1, but voice 2.
Mark, keys of the game. What do you think that we need to do, or what does Arizona need to do to beat us? But because I don't really know much about Arizona, what do we need to do to beat the fuck out of Arizona in Arizona?
On my mind, one of the first things that I'm thinking of, it's kind of similar to how we played the Seahawks here, except
run over Kyler Murray in a vehicle.
We need to contain Kyler Murray. We can't let him break off runs against us. I'm not talking about like what was the Seahawks with their running backs. I'm talking about we need to contain Kyler Murray. He's not as much of a veteran. He doesn't have that that knowledge like Russell does. So
who would you put on him though? You think Milano's going to play?
We have to.
You need at least.
We need to set our edges. We need to maybe put a couple spies on him. We need to
need at least one spy.
We need to limit his running and force him to throw the ball because he's not probably as good under pressure like a lot of these veteran quarterbacks are. So if we can force him to throw the ball from the pocket and not get out and throw it, I think that our defense will be sitting there ready. That'll be our game plan. We're playing against a pocket passer here. We have to contain him. We can't let him rush for 100 yards on us because he's going to gash us deep when he's on the run. And that's going to hurt us on 3rd and longs and him running out of the pocket and converting it with his legs or on a bootleg and just tossing it and getting our defense all out of position. I think we just need to limit, keep him in the pocket, and we'll be all right.
All I know to say is AJ Klein has to have it. AJ, if you're still listening, can I get 2 solid fucking games in a row from you? Because if I can get you to get a solid game against the Cardinals, rest all you want, brother, because next week is bye week.
And Kenyon Drake's coming off of an injury, so they might be limiting his snaps. So it's probably going to be an even 50-50 share with Chase Edmonds, and Kenyon Drake. And they're not superstars, so we need to just contain Kyler Murray. What are your keys to the game, Brian?
The defense is going to do what they've been doing all year, is still find their rhythm, still find their means, still find their identity. I can see teams still scoring on them until they find their identity. But until then, it's another one of those things where Josh Allen really has to come out again. We've seen Josh Allen do 400 yards, 300 yards consecutively. Why can't he do it against a team that is mid-tier with, 17th in pass, 18th in rushing defense? Yeah, they have good, solid defense. Seattle's number 32, the last on passing.
It's middle of the road.
So it's the middle. So we're going to see a little tougher competition. But this is what's going to separate the really good quarterbacks, the really good teams, from the not-so-good teams. Yeah. And there's no excuses when we win the Super Bowl. Oh, you guys were so lucky. You played the Cardinals. You played the Seahawks. No. Josh Allen has to shut up all the haters now and continue his season to show everybody why he is MVP caliber without any doubts, without any asterisks. And I think he's got to do not as good, but better than he did against the Seahawks. Is that possible?
Maybe. Let's see.
Wouldn't that be some shit? Josh Allen with 5,000 yards, Josh Allen passing.
Yeah, man. If he can hit 500 this game, MVP.
Automatic. Patrick Mahomes, just go sleep the rest of the year.
That's it.
Lamar Jackson, bye.
Aaron Rodgers, see you.
Never heard of her. Russell Wilson, already beat your ass. You'd lose automatically. So it's going to be a fun game. It's going to be an awesome game. And we need to do a lot of things where we go down there and just lay the D on faces.
That's it. Shut them down.
Let's go, Buffalo. Mafia. If you guys are still listening,
God bless your soul.
I don't know how you do it.
I know how they do it.
Music to the ear holes.
That's it, baby.
Lubricating. You got some Q-tips for this?
1 ear at a time.
Thank you so much for listening. Guys, it's awesome talking to you.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah, it's cool as fuck. It's cool as fuck. I love it. I love talking to you guys. I
love hearing what you got to say.
Appreciate what you guys say back. Yeah. So thank you.
We take it to heart. So thank you for communicating with us, asking us questions, and really interacting with us.
You know where to find us. Breaking Tables Podcast. This is Brian.
This is Mark.
We'll see you next week, Mafia. Bye-bye.